And coming in live from the Garabogazkol Basin, somewhere near the Caspian Sea, we are here with the 31st edition of ESL Open Cup Asia. I am your host, Yaku of Yakuzaku, and with me today, we've got El que controla la leche, por tanto controla el mundo himself, Light_VIP. How are you doing, Light?
That was beautiful, Yaku. What's up? We're back. We're here once again with another edition of ESL Open Cup Asia, and we have a treat here. I can't wait. Let's get into it.
We shall. Here we have in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the right-hand corner of Everdream, ideally Edle. We have the red Protoss coming down all the way from the land of Malaysia, coming off of those Inset qualifiers yesterday. He is going to be representing Mate Hexa. We have Ranger. Go Hexa Ranger, as they say.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Brazilian Terran player representing Team The Bad. It is YanXII.
La Bade.
Oh my god. Honestly, I love this. I can't wait. And of course he's doing this.
Yeah, and let's just say there's a reason we wanted to go for this series. I mean, both players, they've been featured on channel quite a number of times in the past, and yeah, it's always a treat to watch both of them for kind of this reason.
Yeah, YanXII, he's you know, he's kind of like darking at the moment. It's like, what, 4 a.m. in the land of Brazil, and he's awake playing in the ESL Open Cup.
It's getting pretty darking for him.
It is, and because of that, like, we rarely get to see Latin America versus Oceania or Southeast Asia. Like, that's a matchup that like, it just almost never happens. That's why immediately when I saw this in the bracket, I'm like, we have to jump on it, we have to see. And YanXII, he's done this before, he's kind of known for being a little bit cheeky, and he's going for a lot of proxies, but one of them gets found.
One of them does get found, and I'm kind of worried for Ranger here. Will he think that this is the end of it? I highly doubt it, as you know, that probe earlier did see the factory back at home, so barely on the way.
Yeah, and the probe in the center just to see. It spots it.
Saw it. Yeah, just saw the barracks. Unfortunately, that Reaper not quite out yet. There is already one Reaper out on the map, and that can definitely kite the Zealot if YanXII is careful. But can it kite a Stalker?
Exactly, that's the question. Ooh, nice mine there as well. He will have 2 Reapers. It's also funny how the factory was scouted first, even though it was the later building.
And it will get delayed once again. Ranger taking out this proxy, shutting it down, but will still have to worry about 2 Reapers in his face. Not something that a single Stalker cannot handle, though.
Exactly, yeah, really nicely done. Really nice scouting by Rangers, able to eventually spot everything, shuts down the factory before it gets too much momentum. And yeah, he has his Stalker so far. Oh, even picks off a Reaper. Nice
target firing being done there.
Wow.
But YanXII, undeterred, he wants this proxy to finish. He just wants to float it back home. He almost finished that factory. It made no sense for him to cancel it.
Yeah.
If anything, he's just gonna float it home.
It's really cool that he was able to get an SCV out there and finish it. But yeah, as we do see, a lot of YanXII's production is currently in the air. He is a little bit behind because of this, but you know, he is expanding as well. Like, he's not completely all in, and he even has a couple of Reapers for defense.
Yeah, I mean, really I really like the idea that he went there with the reactor. You know, he spent his gas on his Reapers. What else did he get with that? Just grab a reactor, get some Marines out quickly as he can. Good starter stepping, but he's getting a little bit over ambitious here and already loses 75% of his Marines.
Yeah, wow, just fearless right now, and he's doing this because he's trying to buy time for the bunker to finish. Like, he has to, like, force the units to fight elsewhere, and the bunker does finish, but there's nothing left going.
But yeah, exactly. The bunker's finished, and now the Zealot and the Stalker are in such a nice position to stop these Marines from entering the bunker. One of them should be able to make it in, though. Nice body blocking from Ranger, but that is not going to be enough.
Wow, oh, just in time. It almost looked like the Deepers weren't going to be up in time, but the bunker is not in the Stalker has range, and the bunker does not. It can't stop this. Like, it's not in range of the units, and the depot goes down.
Depot does, in fact, go down. But when the depot goes down, the Marines come out.
Deeper
And
goes down, Reapers go up. Can't explain
that. Yeah, but now I think YanXII has dealt with it pretty well. He's finished the bunker up. He's using something you don't see often, using that little supply drop, because he really knows that he needs to get that army out. I'm really liking Ranger's response to this, though. He knows that YanXII can't have much of an army, can't pose much of a threat to him. He's just gonna macro up. He's just gonna grab this third base.
Yeah, I love this. Ranger, he was able to shut down the proxy, and he's going to be even more ahead economically by getting that fast third base. So, yeah, this is turning out to be a pretty interesting game, right? Like, it had a pretty awkward start, but we're kind of, getting into the swing of things. I will say that YanXII, he is still a little bit behind, like he has some catching up to do, but as you're pointing out, this is one of the ways to do that.
Absolutely. And I mean, Cloak Banshees are always a bit of a risk, aren't they, in a TVP, but I still think that it's probably YanXII's best shot that he's got as a former harass out there. I feel like it's too late for Hellions, right? It's way too late for BCs, not like you see BCs in a TVP anyway, but... And I mean, it's way too late for Liberators. There are a lot of stalkers on the map. I feel like they'd just be a little too immobile for YanXII.
Yeah, definitely. This is a really nice opportunity for him to try and equalize or hinder the economy of Ranger, since it's going to be booming, especially with 3 Nexuses.
Exactly. Anything he can do just to keep Ranger a little bit behind. Remember, YanXII, he's on 2 bases, which is not ideal for the Terran player, but it's still something that he can get an army out of, something that he can get off the ground with.
Exactly, and this is really nicely done. And the Stalkers, they're all out in the center of the map or on the other side of the map, so there's nothing really here to stop the Banshee. And already a lot of lost mining time, forcing all the probes just to 2 bases.
Yeah, that's actually really well done. That's one way of neutralizing 3 Nexuses. Although
Oh,
you can't
God.
really help with the probe production. There is a blink up into the main base right now of YanXII, and he's kind of between a rock and a hard place. One thing that really worries me right now is his anti-air is limited to these Marines.
Yeah, exactly. And the Marines, they're trying to start a step forward, even pulling a lot of SCVs, and these SCVs that he can't afford to lose.
He's actually doing a pretty good job, but not going to be enough. Ranger takes game number 1.
GG, and in what a fashion as well. Yeah, it was really, really good of Ranger to find that proxy to begin with, and after that, like, YanXII, he was fighting an uphill battle. Despite that, like, he did put up quite a bit of a fight.
He absolutely did, and I really liked the micro that he had out there. His stutter stepping was something that was very ballsy, and I think what did help him out a little. But a couple of times a little overzealous, and in the end, you just can't fight math as much as I would know. Like, I've tried.
I've tried fighting the math, and it doesn't work. The numbers, they don't add up.
But I'm still gonna fight math.
Oh god, yeah, and of course it is important to note that YanXII, he's playing at a very big ping disadvantage.
Oh yeah, ping disadvantage, a time disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, judging depending on his sleep schedule, it could be a disadvantage or it could not. But like Brazil. Yeah, that's probably like the worst server that you can play on Korea from. I think it's like the furthest away server possible in StarCraft.
Yeah, I mean, depending on where the server's from or where you're playing from, I guess. Rio de Janeiro is probably, whether you go left, west, or east, is probably going to be about equal-ish.
Yeah.
Far away from Korea, but till then, we are just going to be having a look at this TVP, where in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the left-hand corner of Eternal Empire, Ile, we have the red Protoss player coming out all the way from the land of Malaysia. He is going to be representing team Mate Hexa. Everyone knows where this is going. Go, Hexa Ranger.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Brazilian Terran player representing Team The Bad. It is YanXII.
And I know this has been put to rest multiple times from, from the early morning for me streams that I've been able to catch. But I'm just gonna bring it up since it's the first time we're seeing him here on ESL Asia. Is it YanXII or Yan the 12th?
So, this is something where, you know, it's been a little bit of an enigma since the beginning of the year. We've been casting him for the entire year, and we've asked the other Spanish casters. They don't know. They're like, we don't know either. If you listen to the Spanish broadcast, they're the same. They're like Yan YanXII. Like they don't know either. And I think Yodaslim asked him once, and he said however you want. Like he was very like, you know, nonchalant about it. Like,
guy.
Yeah, right.
It's up to you.
Yeah. So again, it's not too sure what it's a reference to, but I'm just to me, YanXII flows off the tongue a little bit better. Yeah.
But Yan the 12th sounds so regal though.
It does. It's a lot to get out there when you're talking about a player like in the middle of something. Oh, this probe is being a little bit cheeky.
Yeah, the probe being a little bit cheeky here. You know, Ranger, I don't think he's going to be building anything from that probe.
Oh, he's going for the
it's pretty important. He is trying to go once again for the SUV. He is a shark looking to pounce.
Oh, one more. He gets it.
Lays it. And wow, that probe not making it out there. But honestly, it already dealt the price. I mean, YanXII pulled the probe off the barracks. Going to have to build the CC from there. That just... If Ranger decides to go even more aggressive, which, with this adept he can be, this is going to work out so well for him.
Yeah, definitely. Really nicely done for Ranger, able to delay that CC. Again, it may not be like the biggest thing, but, you know, it's nice, right? It is damage regardless. And here we go. The adept is here and... Yeah? Yeah,
not only was the CC delayed, so was the bunker.
Yeah, even more so. Look, one more shot.
One more shot. But YanXII, he is wise to this. He's already got an SUV prepared. Come on, just touch it, YanXII. Just touch it. Just touch it.
There we go.
There we go. that SUV was just there to sort of blow the dust off. The sawdust stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Just improving that bunker, making sure it's safe to use.
Yeah, basically with the scissors, you know, ready to cut the ribbon to open it up.
It was.
But yeah, really nicely done so far by Ranger. I'm happy that we don't have 2 proxies in a row. We are going to be getting into a more standard-ish game between these 2 players.
Yeah, standard-ish, but these are 4 gateways that are coming out right now for Ranger. Like,
oh yeah,
with a Warp Prism on the way. Now, I don't see a Twilight Council, so I don't think it's going to be another Blink.
I mean, it could still be Stalkers, just, again, blinkless. Like, whatever it is, gateway units will be on the way for Ranger, and with a War Prism, you know, it's basically as if they do have blink.
Pretty much. Elevators, or lifts, if you will, they are pretty good, and this is honestly, I gotta tell you, like, one of the more annoying openings I play against for Protoss on the Turtle Empire. Because it slips your mind, or it slips my mind at least a lot. That's a pretty wide open space or area in the main base.
Yeah, there's a lot of room here, and oh god, YanXII is going for a 3rd CC in his main. He's focusing on his economy, and really he should be focusing on some army to help deal with this. He does have a tank on the way, but it's nowhere near done.
No, it really is not. Nor is that Raven, which is really going to be the cornerstone of YanXII's defense right now. Ranger actually just going straight for the bunker. He knows that there are only a handful of Marines in there, but he cannot fight with the repairing SCVs. He is going straight for these exposed Marines, but yeah, it does mention break forward onto the ramp.
Yeah, and I love this. He just avoids the bunker. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with that. I'm just going to push on it. And even the tank's exposed. He's going to try and jump on it.
Wow, this is really smartly done by Ranger, I gotta say.
Oh my god, yeah, and he actually gets the tank in the end. The Raven's gonna come out soon, but so many SCVs are going down. Reinforcing Zealots as well.
And those Zealots can really take a punch, can't they? Like, Raven comes out, where are the Stalkers? Alright, we'll at least get the auto turret out, so that actually is a little bit scary when you get that little Stalkers, but it's not gonna be enough. GG is called. I almost opened Bixby again. And there we have it. Ranger takes that series 2-0. We'll go off to face, drumroll please, Hurricane in a PvP.
Ooh, yeah, I love this. We're going to be following this Malaysian player. I love how Ducklings even questioning it.
It's like, are you sure about that? I know Yan the 12th.
Yeah, this is why, honestly, this is why I'm so excited, and this is like honestly a dream that I have to set up like a show match series between like Southeast Asian players and Latin American players, because we're so close with both scenes, and because like they rarely face off against each other. It's like, how good is Eggs compared to Pez, for example, or Demi, or me or Micah, you know? And same with like Darkness and Dastan and YanXII and like Terran and the Zerglord. Like it's hard to judge because we rarely see them against each other, right?
It really is, and yeah, ESL Asia is one of the very few places that this can kind of happen. One of the few places where the time zones kind of link up. Maybe ESL NA if some of the Oceanic players or Southeast Asian players wake up early enough for that, but yeah, it's definitely a treat. Well, we actually used to see that every now and then because, as we all know, ESL Open Cups did have a bit of a format shift, and it's such a big shame that it never happened before. I would have loved to seen, not Cham, Jim Rising versus Probe or something like that.
right. Yeah, that would have been amazing to see.
He used to always sign up for ESL Asia, but then, yep, it's all good.
Oh my god, yeah, I love it. It's something that is a dream of mine. And maybe one day we can make it happen. Again, it will always be a bit awkward, like what's the best server? Probably US West. Like it's not ideal, there's gonna be latency, but
what if we pool it all together and we meet in the middle of the South African server?
I guess so.